Okay guys, back here again with another DVD review for you from my wrestling collection. What we're going to do this time is we've already gone back, we've taken a look at 21, 22, 23, and 24 WrestleMania. We're getting ready for 25 coming up here in about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at 1 through 20. And instead of going through every one of these things and giving you a review, which would take forever and probably make this video 10 or 12 parts, we're going to do it a little differently. Basically, I'm going to go through these and tell you maybe some quick thoughts and maybe my favorite match from each WrestleMania. And hopefully that'll be interesting. First off, on top of my particular WrestleMania Anthology set is WrestleMania 21 and 22. Didn't like those. That's why I opted for the 3-disc sets, which I've already reviewed on other videos that you can find here on YouTube. So we'll stick those off to the side, and we'll pull this up by itself. We'll jump into Volume 1, and we're going to try to do this quickly as we can so that I can keep this thing short enough to make it just one part. Of course, we got the 5-disc, and I'll push it back here so you can see it a little better. But you get all 5 discs, of course. And that's WrestleManias 1 through 5. And all the discs are just plain silver with each WrestleMania stated above each disc. And then when you start to close it, you start to see the whole cards lined out. So WrestleMania 1, of course, New York City, March 31st, 1985, Madison Square Garden. If I had to pick a favorite match off that show, it would probably be the main event, Hogan and Mr. T versus Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper. We jumped to WrestleMania 2, which took place from 3 different cities, LA, New York, Chicago, April 7th, 1986, and my favorite match from that particular WrestleMania was the British Bulldogs against the Dream Team for the WWE Tag Team titles. Great match, great moment for the Bulldogs. WrestleMania 3, of course, Pontiac Silverdome, Pontiac, Michigan, March 29th, 1987. Of course, I think everybody picks this match, and I'm going to go ahead and do it as well. You got Ricky Steamboat and Randy Savage battling for the Intercontinental Championship, and what I would call not only the match of the night, but maybe even the match of the decade, or maybe the match of the decade for the WWF anyway. WrestleMania 4, March 27th, 1988, the first of 2 WrestleManias from Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Match of the night, I would probably have to go with probably the main event, Randy Savage and Ted DiBiase. Those were always 2 of my favorite wrestlers, and seeing Savage pick up his first championship was always a good WrestleMania moment for me. WrestleMania 5, the second of 2 from Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, April 2nd, 1989. And for that WrestleMania, I think, again, I got to go with the main event. Hogan and Savage, Mega Powers explode, and a really good match, actually. Just, Hogan didn't have a lot of great matches, and that one was a good match. Of course, the inside, you can see some of the pictures here with Hogan and Terry Funk and JYD, and some more of the... There's a picture of Mr. T. And then the inlay sheet for this one, you get a picture of Hogan and Andre. We'll move that one aside. We'll jump into WrestleMania 2. And these all look the same. I'll just show you some of the pictures inside this one. All the disc, the layout's totally the same. For the inlay sheet this time, we get Warrior and Hogan. WrestleMania 6, which was April 1st, 1990, from Toronto Skydome in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Gonna again, for the 3rd time, have to go with the main event, Hogan and Warrior being my favorite match at this show, which again is another really good Hogan match, which you didn't get a lot of those back then. WrestleMania 7, March 24th, 1991, LA, from the LA Sports Arena. Randy Savage and Ultimate Warrior, hands down, my favorite match from that WrestleMania. Actually, one of my personal favorite matches of all time. Love that match. WrestleMania 8 from the Hoosier Dome in Indianapolis, Indiana, April 5th, 1992. Gonna have to go with the Intercontinental title. Bret Hart, Roddy Piper, slugging it out, battling for the belt. Great match. WrestleMania 9, Caesars Palace, Las Vegas, Nevada, April 4th, 1993. I think a lot of people regard this one usually as the worst WrestleMania of all time. But hey, you can't win them all, right? Shawn Michaels and Tatanka battled for the Intercontinental title that night, and if pressed, that's probably the match I'd have to pick for the best match. WrestleMania 10, March 20th, 1994, Madison Square Garden, New York, New York. I'm going to have to call this one a tie, guys, because you got two of my all-time favorite matches, personal all-time favorite matches, with the first ever ladder match, Shawn and Razor. First ever televised ladder match, anyway. And Bret Hart and Owen Hart, brother versus brother. Another really good match. And there you see Razor atop the ladder. It's one of my favorite matches. And really, how can you pick between those two matches? It's like picking between kids almost. Set 3. Some of the pictures inside. Undertaker, Austin. You get Bret Hart there from the Iron Man match. And the picture in the middle this time, Bret and Shawn. WrestleMania 11 from Hartford Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Gonna have to go with Diesel and Shawn for this one, guys. Main event, again, wrestling for the World Championship. Good match. WrestleMania 12 from Anaheim Pond in Anaheim, California, March 31st, 1996. Iron Man match, hands down. One of my, again, another great match, hour long. WrestleMania 13, March 23rd, 1997, Rosemont Horizon, Chicago, Illinois. Submission match, definitely steals the show that night by far, and Austin bleeds buckets. WrestleMania 14, Fleet Center, Boston, Mass., March 29th, 1998. Gonna have to go again with the main event, Shawn and Austin. Austin picking up his first world title, another great WrestleMania moment. And WrestleMania 15, March 28th, 1999, the First Union Center in Philadelphia, PA. Definitely got to go with Rock and Austin. Main event, world title time again, and Austin picking up yet another world championship at the big show. And we'll jump into our fourth and final set of discs here. There you see Benoit with the title, and Jericho, and Hunter and Kane and some of the guys there. Who's inside this time? Rock and Austin. 3 WrestleManias. Can't go wrong. WrestleMania 16, April 2nd, 2000, Arrowhead Pond, Anaheim, California. Gotta go with the triple threat triangle ladder match. Edge and Christian, Hardy's, Dudley's Tag Team Championships. First ever 3-way ladder match. Great match. WrestleMania 17, April 1st, 2001, Astrodome, Houston, Texas. Gonna go again with the Hardy Boys. Edge and Christian, Dudley Boys, and an honorable mention, because I gotta mention this match, Rock and Austin. Loved that match. WrestleMania 18, March 17th, 2002, Skydome, Toronto. Gonna go with the main event there. Hunter and Chris Jericho taking it all out in the main event that night. WrestleMania 19, March 30th, 03, in Safeco Field in Seattle. Gonna go with Lesnar and Angle that time. WWE Championship. Brock nearly breaks his neck trying to do a shooting star press. What was he thinking? WrestleMania 20, March 14th, 2004, Madison Square Garden, New York, where it all begins again. And Benoit, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels steal the show with a triple threat match for the world title. That's the set, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. Peace.